Hi guys, it's Mike here from KS Bushcraft Down Under. Today I'm going to do a short review on the Victorinox Sentinel. So it's one of the Victorinox's 111mm range. So much larger than the 91mm multi-tools that most people are familiar with. Okay. So made from the same stainless steel. So these guys are made from their proprietary stainless, which some people bag out for not holding a good edge. I've never had that problem. It's easy to sharpen, especially with a plain blade. And it'll survive a run through the washing machine, which lots of EDC blades end up taking a lap through the washing machine, I can tell you. So there are 3 sub-models, available in any colour you want, as long as it's black. So the one with a regular blade, I'll call it, not a one-handed blade. This is the Picnicker, by the way. Is 0.8413.3. So 71 grams, that's really light. That's less than half the weight of this Strider SMF, and this is a titanium and G10 knife. So pretty sweet. Sentinel clip. Now, with the orientation of the clip that I saw, it is basically butt down in your pocket. That's not the way I like my one-handers. I prefer mine tip up. So when I grab it and come out of my hand, I'm right-handed of course, it's ready to go, which is what I want. And that is a 0416.M3. 17mm stick, they're saying, 78 grams, so a bit heavier. But this, obviously the 70mm including the width of the clip. So, and the one I've got in my hand here is a Sentinel one-handed. It's 08413.M3, as you see on the box here. 12mm stick, of course, and 73 grams. So, if you want a knife for cutting stuff, this is a good blade. So, one-handed open. Good solid open. It does rock, they all do. That's to make sure that this thing is locked. Okay. So, and usually on them, on this one, the outer spacer here is aluminium, as they all are, but the one on the right hand side is stainless, and the whole thing is stainless. So this is the liner lock. Well guys, I decided to pop the scales off the Sentinel to show you guys the liner lock. It's quite an interesting cutout, really, here. And here you can see it working. So it does have a really solid lockup. It's not failing on you. But what I found interesting was this pin here. So I've been going off an image of SARWiki, which shows this with a different rivet. It shows you with a rivet like that, with a collar on it. This is my 08 Soldier. And it's not, it is a rivet, but this is the head of the rivet, and that's where it's been peened on this side. So I'm surprised. That's not what I expected. So I pulled my new Picnicker apart to see whether, because it has no back tools, they just use that. But here is the pin. So the rim and the corkscrew are pivoting on this one. So it'll be interesting to see what the information I've had is they upgraded these to 3mm, which they certainly are, and these to 2.5, which as you can see on the Soldier. But certainly rather they've changed the design to make it cheaper. Looking at the space in the scales, it would accommodate either of them, so there's no difference there. So guys, interesting stuff. It'll when I file the heads off one of these, I'll measure the actual pin size, because if you're going to use something like a decent sized Phillips, I can see why that wants a bigger collar. It's only held there by that one sheet of aluminium and that head there. So it'll be interesting to see if an Adventurer, which is a 2-layer like the Picnicker, has that or just the pin. Anyway guys, it's interesting stuff if you're a modder. Well guys, I had to nick out in the shed and take the head off the rivet on the back here. So I verniyered it, and it is 2.5mm, which I'm pleased. That's the last few videos I've been banging out. I've been quoting the pin sizes off SAR-Wiki. So different to the Soldier. I mean, looking at it handed, why would you put the large head on that side when the big Phillips and all that is always on this side? Surely you put the large head on this side to give it as much strength as possible. Anyway, that's the way they've done it. So there are differences in, well, not in the pin sizes, but in the construction of the pins. Okay. Now, they take a little bit getting used to. If you're familiar with like ones like this, it's always if you're right-handed of course, it's always a push out, so one hand open, potentially one-handed closed. So this unlocks the opposite direction. But this is 73 grams, this is more than twice that. Okay. So it disappears into your pocket until you need it, and you never even know you're carrying it. Now it does have the toothpick and the tweezers. Personally, tools I never thought much of. I'd rather like to see it carrying the pen, which is a useful thing, especially in an EDC blade. A good sized pyro in that handle. Now, if you just want a knife, this is a brilliant little knife for EDCing. So it's also the only one in the 111mm range that's got a plain side. They normally have corkscrews, Phillips headed screwdrivers, and I'm thinking of building a custom. I pyro it in the blade, swapping the blade out in this Picnicker, losing the corkscrew, and I think that'll be a pretty sweet knife. Anyway guys, if you like the content I create and it helps you out, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I shall see you next time.